some dirt, some actual proper just soil.
Hello, welcome to a video which is just going to be some random cycle chat. It's not much exciting riding to be had at the moment, so I've just gone out for a local spin. I used to ride my bike like every day to go to the office, and that's not a thing anymore, so I've slowly evolved to now, and just for the last few weeks it's turned into one day nothing, and then the next day do at least 2 hours and then nothing again. So instead of putting on my kit twice a day and taking it back off twice a day, it's like half a time. Crazy. It's a bit easier. Putting on kit and taking it back off is a right pain, and it just kind of reminds me how much of a pain in the bum it is. But yeah, that's what's changed. Makes me feel a bit fresher going out on a bike with yeah, slightly fresher legs, I guess. I've also recently spent quite a lot of time watching YouTube videos of people riding trains in Europe, like on the back of cargo freight trains. That's it. You jump on a freight train and they just hide in the compartment where there's iron ore or random aggregates or something, trying to dodge the station workers and the people working on the lines. So it's quite addictive watching. Watched quite a lot of that going through different countries. They get to film quite a lot of good landscapes and that. Right now I'm in Jimny country. Perfect terrain. Look at that, only a Suzuki Jimny could deal with that lane. Or maybe Jazz could do that, but I'm looking for Jimnys. Currently 0. I had a bit of a lockdown cycling nightmare the other day as well. What happened? Well, when you in lockdown, kind of, you go out and you think, I better not have to, you know, call for a lift home. That would really suck. Anyway, I had a puncture. I stopped and replaced it. It was really dark. I stopped and replaced it. It was a front one, and something really sharp had gone into the right through the tube. Quite big, like a razor blade or something. Clean cut though, the tyre was fine. I switched the tube out and set off, and it was immediately flat again. And I thought, oh no, it's getting cold, it's dark. But that was the only tube I had. I didn't have another tube. So got a bit of a sweat on, and I thought, what do? Had to revert to digging in my spares pouch thing, and I had some self-adhesive patches, 7-year-old ones. Had to whip out the tube again, stick one of them on, put it back, and it worked. But out of all the years and months for it to happen, it happened during strict lockdown. Survived it anyway. Got home under my own steam, which was good. I've already patented this idea, so by the time you see this video, there's no chance for you, sorry. But I've got an invention. I need a business partner to go into business with, right? So cycling related, obviously, my speciality. You know, when you get really cold on the bike and you've just got layers and layers of clothing, and the wind is really biting, and it's, anyway, got something to keep cyclists warm. You know how when you take a whiz outside in the cold, it's really hot, it's like steaming hot. So let's take advantage of that. Basically what we're going to invent a wet loop heating system, like underfloor heating, but under clothing wet loop for heating the cyclist's body. Essentially, you drink a lot And it solves another problem as well, because in winter you don't drink enough on the bike. So now in winter you have to drink a lot because it makes more urine, which is what you then pass into your heating system. This is an incredible idea. It's going to have interfaces for both male and female anatomies. Not a problem. Just hook up a Shiwi and like a bottle. Just take a whiz in that and it'll pump it around underneath your clothing in like a piped system with a little pump. And maybe the pump could be dynamo powered. Incredible. Hit me up if you've got some funding. I'll give you my bank account details, just pay the funds straight in there. Nice. Also, for added entertainment nowadays, I've got a Bluetooth speaker hooked up in a bottle cage down here, and I've got it on Bluetooth linked to my phone, so I can just press volume up and down. I'll show you, hang on. Yeah! And then the volume's gone down again, so whenever the expletives come out in the rap music, you can turn the volume down as you pass children. So what else have I been doing over these boring lockdown days? Don't know. Just realised it's coming up to 3 years since I bought a bike. Is that right? Oh no, I bought the Track Attack. Yeah, maybe that was my last excuse for a bike. I got my fixie in 2018. Got my Van Nicholas in 2017. I guess if you've got the bikes that you require, you don't need any more. I obviously thought I needed a mountain bike, so I got the Track Attack. I've got some brake levers coming in the post for the Track Attack. That will be the first upgrade. It's still not been washed or degreased, but it will have new brake levers soon. The old ones are plastic and they bend. Maybe in 2021 I'll get myself another bike. Add to the collection. I don't know. There is Land's End John O'Groats Audax, the one that was cancelled last year in July, which fingers crossed might go ahead, you never know. My entry is still valid for that, so at the moment that's my only cycling related goal or landmark event to look forward to, really. Oh, and the Brian Chapman Memorial, same again, cancelled. Planned again for May at some point. So let's hope Boris injects enough people with bleach for it to all work. See how it goes. Alright, this is the view I'm getting from today's ride. Inked lane, this one. This will be the lane that I'll use if I want to minimise the amount of cars on my journey. This lane is, it goes from like one tiny insignificant place to another, and there are way better roads to use if you are driving a car. So it's just farmers, cyclists, walkers, dogs, not much going on. Always got mechanical problems on bikes, haven't we? And got two at the minute. I got a rattling rear mudguard on my Van Nicholas. I've bought a different mount to mount the mudguard to the rear brake bridge. It should be easy, but like, unless you've got a threaded hole in your rear brake bridge that faces downwards, then you've got to use the horizontal one, which means using a bracket, which then causes rattles and that. That's a criticism of the Van Nicholas frame. You don't have a downward facing threaded hole for bolting mudguards directly into. So that's the first one. Second one, my fixed gear chain keeps going slack and all that, so I don't think the chain set isn't well, the chain ring's round, it's just when it goes round it doesn't keep the tension on the chain very well at all. Don't know whether it's how it's mounted to the bottom bracket, square taper or not, don't know. That's my current battle. Can you see what 7 bridge is that? Get Andy's finger to help me out. There's a 7 bridge somewhere. Is that? Hang on. I can't even see it on the screen. I think it's there. The old 7 bridge, which is a forbidden. It's a forbidden route. That's one of the great things about living in North Bristol. You've got Wales on the doorstep, but it's currently forbidden. Oh, it's gonna be bliss when it gets opened up again. That'll be like moving house and having a whole new terrain to explore. Inks Lane. Yeah, it's also one of the most poo-filled lanes around. So it's bicycle time. This is my one. I rode Land's End John O'Groats on it, and I was thinking, if, and it's a big if it happens again, why is that so not centered? If I do Land's End John O'Groats again on this bike, it'll obviously be the second time this bike has done that epic journey. What other bike in the world has a fixed gear bike has done Land's End John O'Groats twice? Who would do that? Like, I'm thinking it's a bit stupid, but if there is another bike known to man in the human universe that could have done Land's End John O'Groats twice with a fixed gear, let me know about it. Yeah, that mudguard's not very central, is it? Tweakings. And it's got the sound system. Look, I'll show you the banging sound system. Here he is. Hang on, hang on. There you go. Copyright screwed me over right there. What else? Someone asked me if I had a Paradise front bag. It's not a Paradise, it's a basket. Comes from Asda. You can get this basket, classic metal basket from Asda for £2.50. Go to Tesco's, they've got cheap imitations, but they charge like £4 for them. Asda's where it's at. And then you just get a little bit of elastic, and you can lash stuff on. Look, currently lashed on. Got some gloves. Got some cranes from Aldi. That's how I'm rolling today. So I've just checked the setup for you. You can see what's going on. Seagulls like it. Cheers, guys. Yuri Gagarin up there. Because of the bleach vaccine. That's another thing, right? You know, I said about that self-adhesive puncture patch for the inner tube that saved me the other day. They don't work long term. You've got to take them out. They won't, if you leave them on there, they'll just break, and then in like 2 or 3 rides time, you'll find yourself with another puncture because the self-adhesive patch failed. I know that from personal experience. They're only temporary, 1 ride only. So I did go home, strip it off, and put a... Well, actually I put that one in the bin because there were 2 holes really next to each other, so scrap that. Definitely just saw a woodpecker, a black and red one, flying across the road. I thought it was something else, but then it went onto the trunk of a tree, like the upright bit, you can tell. Must have been on lockdown. Only allowed woodpecker on lockdown, only allowed to peck trees within a 7-mile radius of its nest. So that was good. Anyway, I haven't seen any piles of dirt whatsoever. They've all been spread into the field, and I think like the farmers and that have planted the crops for next year, so pile of dirt pickings is pretty slim. No chimneys either. I don't know, I'll say goodbye. If you know of any bicycle in the world that has done Land's End on a Groats fixed gear twice, let me know. Ringhurst Farm to the rescue. They have a pile of dirt in the distance over there. So everything is fine again with the universe. We can check out quite happily now.